Hello, welcome back, sexy Splitmind audience. This is DURK. I posted some samples on Instagram and a lot of people requested for me to break down this one, so here we are with another busting sample to break down. Before I get started, make sure to follow me and Splitmind on social medias and all that subscribe thing and bell thing on you, that bell thing you click and you get post notifications, do that, yeah. So this is how the sample sounds. As you can see, of course, very sexy, very busting as always. So let's get straight into it to show you the whole process. First thing I added is I went to D minor scale to start off, and I selected that from my Love Ada R&B toolkit, so you can get that on Ramafy.com, link in the description. Knowing what scale you are in, it's really important and really makes the whole process easier. So if you don't have these, go here to helpers, scale highlighting, select what scale you want. We're going with D minor, so we're going to minor natural, and you would just select D, but I already have this, so I'm not gonna do it. First thing I started with is this piano. It's this preset and this plugin from Arturia. It's like this preset is made for it to be like an old piano, so it's already has a vintage sound. So this is how it sounds. I will explain everything, but yeah. Of course, very sexy as always. So this is how I made it. Let me show you. Let me show you. So these are the chords, and really important thing you need to notice is those are 7 chords. So editor Cookie Honey put it somewhere here. His name is Cookie. I'm not calling him a cookie, but yeah, he will put explanations, but I will try to explain my best right now.
Go follow your boy on Instagram. Thank you. Back to you, Ediba.
Okay, so basically how you make a basic chord is you just like skip every highlighted note, and how you make a 7th chord is you do the same, you just add another one. So without 7 chords it will sound like this, but when you add 7 chords it creates that jazzy feel. And pay attention to how they are structured. These are like shorter and this one is longer, that creates some type of bounce. The next thing I did is I took these notes and I put them an octave up, and that creates like more variety to the chord and like a little flavor, you know. It's busting, you will see. So it's already a little nicer or more interested. Now look at this. I also did this. So I kind of created like a melody inside of a chord. So I would like mess around with these and like create some kind of a different bounce, and like do this, also this, or this, and you can see that already creates like more variety, more interesting. Like it sounds like a melody, but it sounds really good because it's inside of a chord. So it's already like a perfect harmony because it's in a chord. And you can also like cut things in chords to also have like more bounce, for example like this. See, that also creates like more bounce. And also created like this little top line melody, and here also, and you can see this one has like doubled notes here to create a harmony, and that really brought it together. And you can see like this tiny note that carries like dun dun. You listen. That sounds good. That sounds very bussin'. Now let's focus on the most important thing about samples like this, is to create like a realistic feel. So firstly, we're gonna strum it using Alt S, and then we're gonna like put them so they're not all on the time on the grid. Velocity, we will like mess around with velocity, and then we will also Alt R, but I can't do that because my PC sucks. I don't know why, but I will go here, Alt R, and see how velocity changes. Velocity is the volume the note is played. So obviously when you play piano, you're gonna be like, you know, it makes sense. So mess a lot with the velocity. And also, another thing, y'all told me not to discriminate skinny pianos, and I'm really not trying to discriminate anything, but like, if you want to do skinny pianos, you can. But why? I don't understand why. Just like copy this, paste it down, and you have a thick piano. Like, why would you want them to be skinny? I mean, if you like that, sure, but like, this sounds so much better. Like, but okay, sure, do your skinny pianos. Like, I don't discriminate. I just prefer thick pianos, and I think we all should, but fine. If you do want your pianos to be skinny, it's your piano, bro. So this is how the piano sounds without the effects. And this is with effects. So you can see it has like a lot of more vintage feel. So firstly, I clean it up with EQ and I take a lot of the high end to make it like more vintage. Another EQ to do the same thing. Actually, here is boosted, but I don't know. I do a lot of EQs. It's just like my workflow to do a bunch of EQs. I think it's, I don't know. You do them to just clean it up a little bit. Whatever you prefer, bro. Whatever you prefer. Next thing I did is I added my RC20 preset bank. Yeah, that's right. I have an RC20 preset bank on dramafy.com. And I added this ambient vinyl 2 preset. And yeah, next thing I did are these strings. And this is just like a basic, really basic melody that I like played out. It's just like beginner melody and then like just little bit of variation. And then what I did is I just like copied it an octave down, an octave up to make it thick, you know? And mess with the velocities a lot because that's so important. If you're a beginner, you may maybe overlook velocity, and this camera is shaking a lot, but basically you maybe overlook velocity, but you will realize later it do be important. It's really important. For the effects for it, I have EQ and another EQ, and I have wow control. It's another plugin for like vintage feels. There are tons of plugins for vintage. Did I say feels or feel? Anyways, there are a lot of plugins. This lightning is really bad, but honestly, if I could just like say what's the best one, I can't because everyone has their different preferences. My advice would be to try them, but like the most basic popular ones are RC20, cause that cookie, put a list here, put it somewhere. Without the effects, with it, not a big a difference. Also, I forgot to mention, this is from SRX Orchestra and it's this preset. I usually use these the most. Moving on, also SRX Orchestra and this brass preset. This is my favorite brass preset. It sounds very sexy. Listen to this. I don't know how to play, but you know
that you do.
Hear how bussin' it is. It's really bussin'. Like it's so bussin'. Like bussin'. So this is the brass. And keep in mind, this is the same chords as the piano, but it's like on different places. It's cut differently. So I think most important with brass is like this dun dun dun. Without it, it would just like be boring. Listen, but like it it creates flavor. And also notice how the strings and brass have like a nice call and response type of relationship, because listen. For the effects on it, it's absolutely the same thing as in strings, just like a little bit of EQ to clean it up. Then I went to this bass, really good bass in Contact, this. And it sounds like this. I will explain it right now. I think it's a really bussin' bassline. This is my favorite part. So notice how this is the same run as in the piano. It's just copied the exactly same run and like pasted. Not pasted, but like put octaves down. So listen to how that sounds together. It really sounds good. And if you do have some kind of a run in the piano or something like that, whatever instrument you're using, it will be a nice idea to put in the bass line if you want. It will create like a, see, the thing is, like, if you create 4 bars loop and then you put it, it will be a little too much. But when it's like 8 bar, you see how it, like, it's not too much, but it shows you that you're going into another section of the sample. So this is like showing you, okay, we're going somewhere new now. And I think it's very sexy. Yeah. For the effects for it, I just boosted lows and I added this plugin, this beefy preset. But yeah, this beefy preset made it beefy, bro. Like, yeah, this is how it sounds without, and this is with, you know. Next thing is these vocals. They're from Splice. So we have both EQs to really cut it out to make it sound like very, I don't know, it sounds good to me. I like it. Then we have delay tape, delay plugin. I like this one. You can use any plugin, any delay plugin you have. This one is like tape, and that means like more vintage. So yeah, I just use this one. Little Alter Boy from Sound Toys, and this Rich Fifths preset. With the effects, it sounds like this. Sexy. Another thing I added is this drum loop, also from Splice. You can create your own drum loops, and there are also like a tons of, you can find drum loops anywhere. If you can't just create them, it's really simple. But this is how it sounds. Now, why are drum loops important in samples like this? Because when you sample, our goal here is to create like a sample song, but we're actually creating just a sample from scratch. But the point is, listener needs to hear this and be like, oh my god, is this a song? No, it's a sample, but we tricked y'all. So the thing is, when you add drums like this, it creates that feel that it's actually just taken from a song, and it's a full song, so it has drums. So that way, we're finished now. So this is the everything together again. Arrange it however you want, but keep in mind to start with the most interesting sound, because when you send out to other producers and they're going through loops, they don't have time to listen to all loops from the beginning to the end. So yeah, just like catch the listener's ear right away. Start interesting. No, don't build up to it unless you are a known big sample maker and people know you are amazing. So if you aren't known, start really interesting. No wasting time. Just write it to. So yeah, that's basically everything in this sample. Again, Bassline sample, very sexy. Yeah, I like this sample. I hope it gets placed. I'm gonna be uploading way more here now, so if you do have any ideas or you're struggling with something, write down in the comments so I can like create those kind of videos. I don't know, just like, yeah, write down tutorials you want. So yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in sounds I use and want to support, drumify.com, link in the description. You can buy my kits, and yeah, good sounds, bro. Appreciate y'all. See ya in the next one. Bye.